In a quiet little town lived a 17-year-old boy named Arjun. His family was poor, barely managing to survive. His father worked as a laborer in a local factory, while his mother stayed at home, taking care of the household. Arjun and his younger sister both went to school. Arjun was a bright student with a huge dream in his heart. He wanted to become an engineer one day. Despite the hardships, he studied with determination, holding on to his dream with all his strength. But life took a painful turn. One day, in the factory where his father worked, a machine malfunctioned and caused a terrible accident. His father lost his life that day, leaving the family shattered. The only source of income was gone. His mother, who had never worked outside, started stitching clothes at home. But work was irregular, and the little money she earned was barely enough to feed them. Seeing his mother's struggle, Arjun decided to take responsibility. Every morning before school, he delivered newspapers. After school, he worked as a delivery boy, carrying vegetables and groceries to nearby houses. Late at night, when everyone else slept, he studied under the dim light of a candle. Balancing work and studies was tough, but Arjun didn't give up. Still, the constant struggle began to drain his energy and spirit. There were days when he felt like quitting, nights when silent tears rolled down his cheeks. Maybe I should just leave school and work full-time, he thought. That way, I could earn more for my family. One day, completely exhausted and heartbroken, Arjun wandered into a nearby forest. He sat beside a calm river, staring at the water, lost in thought. His heart was full of questions. Why is life so unfair? Why does it hurt even when I try so hard? Suddenly, he heard the gentle sound of a temple bell. Following the sound, he saw an old temple. Inside, a monk sat peacefully with his eyes closed. Arjun stepped in and sat near him. After a while, the monk opened his eyes, smiled warmly, and asked softly, "My child, why do you look so troubled?" Feeling a strange comfort in the monk's presence, Arjun told him everything: his father's death, his mother's struggle, his endless work, his dream to become an engineer, and his thoughts of quitting school to support his family. The monk listened patiently, then smiled and said, "I can help you, but for that, you must do one simple task for the next 10 days." Arjun quickly nodded. "Yes, sir, I'm ready." The monk pointed to a large banyan tree outside the temple and said, "Do you see that tree? Every day a small sparrow comes to build her nest there. I want you to destroy her nest each day. Don't ask why, just do it." Arjun was confused. "Break a bird's nest? But why?" he asked. The monk simply smiled. "No questions." The next morning, Arjun returned and saw the sparrow working hard to build her nest. He hesitated, but remembering the monk's instructions, he shook the branch until the nest fell to the ground. He felt terrible, but left. The next day, the same sparrow came back and began building her nest again. Arjun destroyed it once more, his heart heavy, and so it continued, every single day, the sparrow building, Arjun breaking. On the 10th day, Arjun stood under the tree, looking at the sparrow's freshly built nest. He lifted his hand and stopped. He couldn't do it anymore. He ran to the monk and said, "Sir, I don't understand. I destroyed her nest every day, and every day she built it again. It broke my heart. Why did you make me do this?" The monk looked deep into his eyes and said, "That, my child, was your lesson. The sparrow's nest may fall, but she wakes up every morning with hope, gathers her twigs and builds again, not because it's easy, but because she believes that one day the breaking will stop. Life will do the same to you. It will break your dreams, test your patience, and crush your hopes. But if you rise again and again, like that sparrow, and keep trying, one day your dreams will come true. Remember, consistency defeats failure, and bad times never last forever." From that day on, Arjun never looked back. With patience and determination, he kept working toward his dream. Years later, he finally became an engineer. This story reminds us, Life will break us many times. We will face failure, rejection, and loss. But real strength lies in rising again. No matter how many times we fall, our dreams are like that nest, fragile yet worth building over and over until they survive. Those who never give up are the ones who truly win in life. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to share it with others. Someone you know might need this reminder today. Keep believing, keep trying, and remember, your hard work will never go in vain.